Hello and welcome again to Tech It Out. Today is quite an exciting day as, at last, finally, the Blackberry Priv has arrived. It took 11 hours to get from Bratislava to Bristol in the UK, and then it took 2 days for DHL to get it from Bristol to me, 50 miles away. Well, enough said about that. Let's get it open. Quite a sizable box, actually. I didn't expect a box quite this big. And, well, that's just the packing sheet. And half the box is actually taken up with air-filled plastic bags. But here is the box itself with the Priv in. Compared to many of the boxes these days, it's actually still quite large. It's about twice the size of the one I had my HTC in, and indeed at least twice the size of my Sony. So let's get it open. With a bit of internet magic there, we can slide the top of the box off to reveal the device itself. So there it is in all its glory, the Blackberry Priv. Just lift it out, and it's actually quite, it's not heavy, but it feels very solid in the hand. It's very thin as well. I didn't expect it to be quite so thin. The battery the size it is, and the slider, it's quite considerably thinner than I expected. Here's the obligatory bits of paper with how to press a button on, so we'll put that there. Another bit of paper which got nothing really worth talking about on. And then we have the SIM key itself to pop the SIM card out, and inside here we have another bit of paper. So as with all these important pieces of paperwork, I'll put them away whether I usually put them away in my drawer for safekeeping. That over there. We have the power charger plug, UK design again, of course, 3-pin. I think this is a 1.5 amp if I remember rightly, so it's not the fast charger. Standard USB to USB micro cable, and nothing underneath there. And then in the top here, again my nails letting me down, we have a set of headphones. Not too cheap, but not exactly high quality, but they're usable. Nice cord on them. So just put this all out the way. Showing a bit of my OCD in tidying up. And we'll have a look at the Priv itself. So first things first, peel the plastic off. It'll never be the same again. Never look this new. Then we have another bit of plastic covering the main camera lens. Then we have this final piece of plastic on this screen, so I'll just slide out the slider here so I get a better grip on the tab. And that comes off. It is incredibly thin considering the size of the battery that's in this thing. There's the power on off switch. We have secondary microphone, SIM card tray, SD card tray, volume up and down and mute buttons, and on the bottom we have the headphones, micro USB and microphone, and of course the slider we slide out for the keyboard, which feels even with my quite big fingers, quite good actually. So we'll power up and see what happens. Of course, as everybody knows, and everybody keeps saying, this is the first BlackBerry to use Android. So while it's booting up, I've speeded it up a bit because it does take quite a while, first boot. I'll just get a few things ready for later on. And there we go, it's all ready. So we come to the setup screen. And as I'm in the UK, I'll press OK. I'm not going to put my SIM card in yet. I'll do that a little later. So we'll skip that part. After putting in my Wi-Fi password, we're on to the next stage. Now this is the Google Transfers. It's the new one that came in with Lollipop, whereby you just tap two any NFC equipped devices together and it does it automatically for you. It transfers your files, settings and apps. I'm not sure if it does the files as well, but it definitely does settings and apps. And I'm not sure if that's actually worked. Let's have a little look. Switch it back on again. No, doesn't seem to have done anything that. As with all these screens, you can actually skip to the next stage, but I don't really want to skip. I want to do this so that I don't have to manually install everything. Ah, that's better. We got a bleep that time, and on the other phone we got a screen to allow it to happen, so that's good. Press OK on that one and away we go. So once again, after downloading and installing an update, we're rebooting. So we leave that, get on with it. While I get a message from Google saying that somebody's logged into my account from another device. It's very kind of them and very security conscious, I've got to admit. I'm back and we go to the next stage. We can actually skip this, but don't really want to skip it. So I think I'll actually carry on and continue to set up. So I'm going to put my PIN in. Got a choice again, but I'm going to use the standard PIN, so I'll just put my PIN into it. On we go to the next stage. Now if you think this is all happening very fast, there are sections that I'm actually cutting out, I will admit, because they're boring little bits of you just watching the phone sitting on the deck doing absolutely nothing. Well, it's actually doing something, but you can't actually see what it's doing. So now it's restoring the apps. So once again, by the magic of YouTube, we move on to the next stage. Sign your life away with the agreement. All okay. I don't really want to do this, I think, but I don't have a choice. So on we go again. The thing about these early adopter schemes, or whatever they want to call them, is that they do give you some advantages, but normally they just give you extra emails and spam sales literature, so I tend to not sign up for them. Now this is the BlackBerry content transfer app, and what you do with this one is you press the button here, you tell it which service you want to use, so I'll be using the Google account that I have. You press OK, and then you download the app onto your old phone and press OK on that one, and it matches up. But as I've already done that by Google, we'll move on again. So here we go, we're almost there. Choose my launcher, I'll use the Blackberry one. And finally we're at the home screen. There's the hub with some of the apps already in there. Yet more agreements to accept before you can move on. And if I go to my apps now and give it a few moments, it should populate it with all the apps that are downloading. You can actually see that the apps are downloading there. Just needs a bit of time to catch up, and there we go, it's there, and everything's on its way from the old phone to the new one. Notification tray, quick toggles, all very standard Android stuff. Settings. We'll go through most of this in a bit more detail in the review I'll do of it later. So this is the setup for the BlackBerry Hub. So again, it's just a question of scrolling through everything, pressing the OK button, and there it is. You can actually move this to the left of the screen or the right, whichever you prefer. I'm going to move it later to the left of my screen, because it's easier to swipe with your left hand that you're holding the phone with. The keyboard itself also acts as a trackpad, as you can see. Great idea, I think, because you don't get loads and loads and loads of fingerprints all over your screen. So that's the unboxing. Do come back for the review. Thank you for watching.